Guardian down.
Alright guys, welcome to the video today. So this video is going to be discussing the Voidwalker subclass build for PvP or Trials of Osiris. What you saw right now was highlights from a sweaty match against the clan Antithesis. We matched them, had a couple quick matches, and then that was it. The gameplay that you're seeing is just your disorderly 6v6 or 6 people total, 3v3 in skirmish, just 6 really good players, and then we kind of pitted them against one another, and that was a lot of fun. It's my first time playing a sweaty match or a competitive match on my Warlock. I just leveled it up this weekend, and I was very fortunate, like I said, get a really good discipline split. I got 90-90, which is really good in my opinion. So I want to just go over a couple of things that can actually make the Voidwalker very good for PvP. It's kind of a weird little learning curve, but I played on it all day before I got it to the maximum level, and I kind of figured out a couple of things that you can do with the class that make it really effective in skirmish or 3v3. Moving on to your first column, you have the grenade. So what I like to do is run with the Axion Bolt. If you throw one of them at the enemies, it doesn't have to go through a wall. Let's just say you're in B Hall or Dark Hall. You don't actually have to throw it in there where it has a perfect line of sight on them, because sometimes with an arc bolt you can hide behind a box and it will just hit the box and it won't hit you. However, the Axion Bolt will actually chase you wherever you are, as long as the splash or whatever when you throw the grenade lands within the area of the enemy. So it's a really strong attack. Basically they have to run or else they will get hit. So if they get hit, they're taking 110 points of damage, which leaves them at about 2 shots from the last word, which will be your primary, which I will discuss further in a little bit. I'm just going over the subclass for now, but overall the Axion Bolt is a very strong grenade for 3v3 game types. As far as your movement ability, a lot of people would assume you use blink, but when you blink you have to redraw your weapon every time, and with the last word you really need quick draw in order to be effective with it. So personally I use focus burst. It gives you a very strong initial boost to speed, which I can kind of find it builds up a lot of strong momentum, and personally I like it really well for the 3v3 game type. As far as your Nova Bomb ability, I use Vortex over Lance and Shatter. I find Lance to be really inaccurate at times because you can miss your attack, and then Shatter, sometimes there's those really tight little windows you kind of have to throw your Nova Bomb through, and if you have 3 of them you're not going to be as accurate with it because you have to account for all 3. But if you just have one with the Vortex, it's really going to scatter them up because they can't stay in the same place as where the Nova Bomb landed, and I just found the Vortex is the most effective in my opinion. As far as your melee, is going to be Surge, so damaging an enemy with energy drain increases weapon and movement speed. So basically in summary, what this does is grant you quick draw from the Hunter class, which makes it so you can aim down sight quicker and you can switch weapons quicker. So usually what I like to do is, if you didn't know, if you have your full energy melee built up, you can actually do 1 hip fire, which will be 6 to 8 damage with the last word, and then 1 melee while you have the full energy charged will actually kill them. So if you go in there, you float in with focus burst for a really strong initial boost to speed, get that 1 hip fire in, get the melee in, you can switch to any weapon you want as quickly as you want to and take out the rest of the enemies. You are extremely fast while you have this active. Once you get that melee in, you basically move as fast as you would if you had a Mind the Multi-tool on with maximum agility. It is very quickly, and I do really enjoy playing it because when you're making strong pushes you do really need to have a lot of speed to kind of dodge bullets and get those shots in. So personally, after just playing a couple matches, I could already tell that this would be very powerful within the Trials of Osiris. As far as different statistic builds like armor, recovery, you're probably going to want to be spec'd into recovery more with the Voidwalker. If you are playing a gunslinger that has trip mine grenades or hawk moon, you don't want to get 2 shot by the hawk moon and 1 shot by the trip mines, so maybe spec for a little bit more armor. But for the most part, if you're going to be playing aggressive with a last word and focus burst and melees and all that stuff, you definitely want to spec into discipline first, and then agility second, and then armor third. And then for the other row, you have Annihilate, which increases the size of explosions created by the Nova Bomb. So personally, I don't really think you need Angry Magic, which would track the enemies with your Nova Bomb, simply because you are using the first column, which is Vortex, not Lance. If you do decide to go with Lance, then definitely use Angry Magic so that it tracks the people and you don't miss as often. But personally, I found Annihilate to be the most effective. Now for the last category, as far as the Voidwalker subclass build is concerned, we have Bloom. So anyone killed by a void ability will actually explode. This is the same exact thing as Combustion on the Golden Gun, except for it will trigger Voidwalker on any, you know, ability based attack. So if you melee someone and kill them with the melee, they will explode and deal splash damage. If you do, you know, get that grenade kill, they will explode and deal splash damage. The same thing goes for the Nova Bomb. So overall, I thought this was the best, you know, as far as the subclass goes, the best build for PvP. Moving on to the weapons that you're going to want to be using for the subclass, you're going to want to use the last word as your primary, simply because you cannot do the one hip fire and then melee with the thorn. And just overall, if you are using the warlock and focus burst, you're definitely going to want to have a last word for those close encounters, and then a sniper rifle for the longer to medium range encounters. But you know, you can run with any weapon you want. Like I mentioned, this is just my favorite one, the one that works the best for me at least. So if you did enjoy this video, it took a while to make. You know, I've been playing around with the Voidwalker subclass for a while, so if you did enjoy it, drop a like down below, show me some support, follow me on Twitter, which is in the description box down below, to stay in the loop. You know, if I do not post a video, I will keep you, you know, updated on Twitter. So like I said, drop a like and subscribe if you have not already for daily Destiny videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.
Yeah.